New year means a new chance to rethink the way you live your day to day. And no matter what changes you want to make, my next guest believes living a more gentle life can actually help make those changes stick. Tiffany Peterson is a life coach. She says we could all use a little more gentleness in 2018. Good to see you, my friend.
You too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Just saying the word gentle, I feel like it prompts this physical sigh in our soul. And you're someone who I really admire for many reasons, one of which is you're aggressive. That's a compliment. You're a go-getter. You are solid and confident and passionate, and you live a very gentle life from my observation. I love the juxtaposition of those descriptions.
Yeah, so I think for me, it's been learning how to be more gentle, right? As an intentional focus for myself is, like you're saying, is we know how to, like, okay, I'm going to stressful things to get things done, to make things happen. And we obviously are talking about goals and resolutions and affirmations and intentions. But it's really looking at how do I want to navigate this year, and what do I want the energy to be about as I pursue those goals? Do I want it to be stressful and intense, or do I want it to be more in a kindness and gentleness way with myself?
So when you say energy is everything, that's your
Yes.
first piece of advice.
Yep.
You shape that energy. You choose what type of energy you're bringing into your sphere.
Everything is energy, and when you think about that, so places have energy, food, your tone of voice, weather, you know, all kinds of things have an energetic current to them. What's the frequency that you want to be more intentional about? And we get to choose that. There's this quote by Wayne Dyer that I just love, where he says that you don't remedy anything by condemning it. So think about, like, a lot of times when people are in this energy of setting goals and new changes about their bodies, about their businesses, about their homes, about their parenting. And when we come from guilt, or we come from shame, or we come from judgment, that's condemnation and keeps you stuck. So if you want your goals to stick, it's about getting into alignment with, if I want change or growth, like you think about new life coming forward, newness for yourself. That's what this, any day of the year can be your new year, right? And newness is what's the energy that's the intention behind the goal and behind the change that you're working on.
You see, as we set out to choose gentleness, taking care of ourselves, that self-care needs to be top of our list.
Yeah, I think for sure is just, again, being kinder to yourself. Is I first want you to think about choose gentleness. Be intentional to actually choose it, so it isn't just something that you go, oh yeah, that's a nice idea, is you won't be perfect at it. I'm not, and I think that's really important. So I appreciate your kind compliments, but I don't always feel confident, for instance, or I don't always feel put together. For sure not. I'm a human. So it's more, though, about because I've chosen it, and like having a great marriage or having a healthier body, it's a choice, but it isn't perfection. And when we come back to that, and same thing with self-care, is when we feel better, we show up better, right? When you feel better, you show up with more patience and more kindness with your parenting, at work, and how we show up in every other area of our life. If we're doing the things, the self-care, the mind, the body, the spirit, where you're really taking care of you in a really honoring way, right? And that won't be perfect either, but committed to it.
I don't want to rush us through this topic especially, but 20 seconds, tell us how being more intentional with our time can really pay off in the end.
Well, we all overcommit at times, right? We've had that life experience, and I think that is a less gentle way of being. And so less is more, is being really intentional. I love the question, Brooke, to look at is, for this season of my life, whether this year, this month, this week, what are my top 2 or 3 priorities? We let go of balance, and we focus on, I have well-nourished priorities, and we choose them. And that means at times when we're clear on our priorities, what we then say no to more. I love your advice. I love your heart. Thank you so much. TiffanySpeaks.com. We always get questions on how to get in touch with Tiffany. We'll post a link to that website, TiffanySpeaks.com, on ours. Happy New Year. Thank you so much.